You've been told your whole life that poverty is a lack of money. But the truth is, poverty is a pattern, a repeating cycle, a prison built inside the mind long before it shows up in your bank account. And when you look closely, you realize it's not just an empty wallet. It's a learned behavior, a mindset passed down silently through families and communities, shaping how we think, spend, save, and fear opportunity. Poverty doesn't start in your pockets. It starts in the thoughts you unconsciously accept as truth. And the Bible reveals a strategy, hidden in plain sight, used by ancient servants to break free from generational lack. A strategy modern millionaires still copy today, whether they realize it or not. This strategy wasn't wrapped in miracles or divine intervention alone. It was rooted in discipline, observation, strategy, and the courage to think differently when everyone else followed the same old cycle. It's a pattern of transformation that quietly elevated ordinary men into leaders, investors, and builders of entire nations. If you're ready to finally understand why some people rise and others remain stuck, keep watching. Because the difference is almost never luck. It's rarely talent. It's almost never a better background. It's a pattern, a repeating set of decisions that turn small beginnings into massive outcomes. And once you see it clearly, you can't unsee it. Most people believe wealth comes from luck, talent, or a better starting point. But ancient financial records show something different. Some of the most successful men in Scripture started as servants, yet they became stewards of entire estates. They began with limited access, limited privilege, and limited resources. Yet their understanding of stewardship pushed them into positions of influence and wealth long before they had money of their own. Their beginning was humble, but their mindset was powerful. How? They understood a simple but dangerous truth. Money doesn't grow in the hands of people who only use it. It grows in the hands of people who know how to multiply it. Using money creates movement, but multiplying money creates momentum. Consumers make money disappear. Multipliers make money reproduce. And this difference, though subtle, separates people who stay stuck from those who elevate generation after generation. And the shocking part? This principle appears long before Jesus' parables, long before Solomon's Proverbs, hidden in the background stories of real men who rose from nothing. Before the talents, before the Proverbs, and before the famous teachings on stewardship, there were quiet, almost forgotten figures who lived the principle without ever putting it into words. Their lives became the blueprint. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Most people today still behave like the unprofitable servant. They protect money. They hide money. They consume money. They don't multiply it. They adopt a defensive posture toward finances, saving a little, spending the rest, hoping for better days while never taking the bold step into multiplication. Fear becomes their financial advisor, and survival becomes their only goal. Let me give you the painful truth. The Bible teaches that poverty is inherited when wisdom is not. Wisdom is the dividing line between cycles that continue and cycles that break. A family without wisdom will repeat its struggles even if it gets money. A family with wisdom will rise, even if it begins with nothing. Poverty flows through ignorance the same way wealth flows through understanding. The poverty cycle doesn't break because you work harder or because you make more. It breaks when you learn the same pattern ancient stewards used to escape economic oppression. Hard work is honorable, but without strategy, it becomes a treadmill. More money without understanding becomes faster consumption, not freedom. Breaking cycles requires intentional shifts, not accidental changes. Here is the hidden pattern. Identify resources. Multiply resources. Implement long-term strategy. This wasn't mystical. It wasn't lucky. It wasn't miraculous. It was a disciplined process, a blueprint that turned servants into rulers. They learned to see what others ignored, enhance what others wasted, and build systems where others chased quick wins. This was not miracle money. This was intelligent, disciplined, strategic stewardship, the type of mindset that separates those who grow financially from those who stay stuck. Miracles may open doors, but stewardship determines what happens once you walk through them. God can create opportunity, but he will not manage it for you. But here's the part nobody talks about. The servants who rose to wealth didn't start with money. They started with responsibility. Their promotion wasn't based on inheritance, but on reliability. They managed what belonged to others so well that eventually they were trusted with their own abundance. Responsibility was their capital. Let me take you into a forgotten story, a story buried behind the scenes of the Old Testament. Most people know Joseph, but almost nobody talks about the Egyptian estate managers, the servants who ran agricultural and financial operations under Pharaoh's officials. These estate managers were the early embodiment of multipliers. They were responsible for crops, storage, distribution, land assessment, and commercial oversight, roles that required intelligence, pattern recognition, and strategic thinking. These men weren't nobles. They weren't wealthy. They were workers, but they understood something powerful. 1. They identified what others ignored. They mapped out land plots nobody wanted. They observed trade patterns others overlooked. They studied drought cycles, harvest cycles, and storage patterns. They recognized that opportunities rarely appear shiny. They often show up as neglected land and used skills, overlooked problems, and small beginnings disguised as ordinary responsibilities. They didn't pray for opportunity. They researched opportunity. They knew that God blesses the work of your hands, but you must know where to place your hands. 2. They multiplied what was in their hands. If they managed grain, they learned how to trade it. If they managed livestock, they learned breeding patterns. If they managed land, they learned productivity cycles. They mastered the environment they were placed in. They studied their resources until multiplication became predictable, not accidental. They didn't ask, "What do I have?" They asked, "What can this become?" That question alone separates stagnant lives from evolving ones. That mindset turns employees into managers, managers into owners, and owners into legacy builders. Multipliers, strategists, not consumers. That's who they were, and that's who cycle breakers become. 3. They implemented long-term systems. They didn't chase quick returns. They built storage, rotation, and distribution cycles. They used small resources to unlock bigger responsibilities. They created systems that outlasted seasons, crises, and leadership changes. Systems are the true architects of wealth, because systems keep multiplying even when you rest. And Scripture says a powerful line: "He that is faithful with little is made ruler over much." Not blessed with much, made ruler over much. That means systems, management, responsibility. Promotion is not a miracle, it is a consequence. This is the hidden biblical strategy. Identify, multiply, systemize. Anyone who followed it rose. Anyone who ignored it stayed in the cycle. And the same pattern exists in modern finance today. The tools have changed. The technologies have changed. But the principles, they have not moved an inch. If this hit you good, it means you finally understand why you're stuck. You don't break poverty cycles by wishing, or saving alone, or working harder. You break them by learning to multiply, because poverty is maintained by consumption, and wealth is built by multiplication. So here's your next move. Simple, actionable, biblical, and proven. Step 1. Identify your resource. Not your dream, not your desire. Your resource. Skill, network, time, habit, digital talent, market problem. Identify what you can use. Every person carries something that can be developed, but most ignore what is already in their hands. Step 2. Multiply it. Turn one skill into 2 income streams. Turn one idea into 3 executions. Turn one job into 1 investment. Multiplication begins with small decisions, small risks, small experiments, each one adding layers to your financial elevation. Step 3. Build the system. Track your money. Automate your savings. Invest consistently. Create a habit that multiplies without needing your daily effort. Systems create predictability, and predictability creates freedom. This is the exact strategy that elevated ancient servants into wealthy rulers. And it will elevate you too. Because poverty is a cycle, but so is wealth. And which cycle you live in depends on the system you follow. Before you go, remember this. Wealth is not an accident, it's a pattern. And if you're ready to keep breaking the cycles that have held you back, this is just the beginning. So do one thing right now that your future self will thank you for. Hit the subscribe button, not for motivation, but for transformation. Because every week, I reveal another hidden biblical principle designed to multiply your mind, your money, and your life. And if you want to take your next step immediately, tap into the video on your screen right now. In that lesson, I break down another ancient strategy most people overlook, a strategy that has created wealth for generations without noise, hype, or shortcuts. So don't stop here. You've started a cycle of wisdom. Now continue it. Subscribe and watch the next video. Your journey to financial freedom continues there.